Hello and welcome to Seton Hill University. We are here tonight for Cal men's basketball as the Cal Vulcans are getting set to face the Seton Hill Griffins. And tonight the Cal basketball team is fighting for a playoff spot. Hello, I am Damon Matson here with Zach Lamar. And before we get too much into this matchup here tonight, Zach, can we take a look at the last games for these two teams?
Yeah, we'll start with California first. Senior night, last Wednesday night, California did not play Saturday. They had a bye. Big 7-point victory over UPJ Mountain Cats, who are also the last team fighting for a playoff spot as well. Chris Williams, a big dunk in the game, a couple free throws to seal it late on the one lone senior in this team. Going to Seton Hill, they lost at Slippery Rock by a mere score of 4 points. Slippery Rock is a pretty decent team in the PSAC West. We may see them a little bit later on if California can somehow make it into the tournament. If they win tonight, Seton Hill is a very dangerous team on the road. Imagine how they could be at home tonight.
That they are. And as far as the last meeting between these two teams, it was at Cal, and Seton Hill managed to get the victory in a close one, 56-46. And as far as tonight goes, the starting lineups for these two teams, for the Cal Vulcans, we have Jake Jakubek, Drew Cook, Tynell Fortune, Chris Williams, and Alonzo Murphy. And for Seton Hill, we have Oliver McGlade, David Windsor, Cameron Taylor, Malachi Leonard, and Max Kenny for the Griffins. And then we also have a couple players to watch for tonight, Zach.
Yeah, well, for California, I'm going to go Alonzo Murphy because Alonzo Murphy's the tallest guy in this team. He has a little bit of a size disadvantage going against a Seton Hill team that has a lot of tall players on their roster. But Alonzo Murphy, if he can play like he has sometimes against Gannon at home, UPJ at home, if he can play that way and be a big post guy and get a lot of points and some big rebounds, California could escape with a victory. And then looking at Seton Hill, Malachi Leonard, he's their leading scorer at about 17 points a game, 9 rebounds about as well as a senior. His last home game possibly. I'm sure he's gonna want to make a bang and the last time he ever plays here at McKenna Center.
And this is a big game for both teams. Cal, like we said, fighting for a playoff spot in Seton Hill. A lot of their players possibly playing their last home game here tonight. And we're getting set for action here as it looks like Alonzo Murphy is going to take the tip-off against Malachi Leonard. Possibly not.
And it is actually going to be Leonard. They're just getting the greetings out of the way in the game right now. So we're going to see Murphy and Leonard as we're about ready to get to some action. Cal needs to win to get in. If they lose, their playoff dreams have busted. But right now, scoreboard says 0-0. Anything can happen.
That is right. Anything can happen tonight. We're having a little bit of a delay here. Seems like the refs are trying to sort something out, possibly with the crowd. I'm not sure exactly.
And it actually looks like they want to pull the bleachers out, possibly. I think the referees are trying to say pull the bleachers out. I don't know if they're going to, though. It looks like they're not. So the seniors are going to stay where they're at. I'm sure you're getting a scene of it on the camera as it tilts away towards the tip as we're ready to go.
And the ball is up, and we are underway here from Seton Hill as Williams will pick up the ball and give it to Tynell Fortune. He'll bring it up the court. On to Drew Cook, out to Murphy, and out to Jakubek as he tries to set something up here. And the shot is taken by Fortune. It is no good. Rebound recovered by Seton Hill there.
And that one was almost tipped in by Alonzo Murphy, and that's what I'm talking about. If Murphy can get those tip-ins, some rebounds, and get some second-chance opportunities, Cal can come away with a big victory and try and seal their fate in the playoffs.
And now Leonard out at the point, going to take it, give it to Kenny, over to McGlade. And this one to turnover, recovered by Cal, and they're going to bring it on back up the court now.
And credit Alonzo Murphy right there on the tip.
And a fake shot there by Williams to give it back out to Fortune. And then on to Cook. Cal, you trying to set something up. We're going to have a stoppage here.
There's going to be a foul along the baseline. It looks like it's going to be on number 3 for Seton Hill. That's David Windsor. That will be his first foul of the game, team first.
And Cal U will then inbound the ball. Fortune is going to inbound it. He's going to give it out to Jakubek. Fortune picks it back up. Going to dribble it around now, and a turnover. No, Seton Hill is not able to get that one. Out to Chris Williams. And Cal U trying to set something up down low. Murphy trying to throw up the layup. Won't go. Gets another chance at it. And Seton Hill is going to recover again.
Murphy's gotten a couple chances so far. Try and get those second chance points. Not converted yet, but if he keeps getting those chances, eventually one of them or a couple more will fall.
And Leonard going to take the shot here for Seton Hill. Does not go. Rebound. Recovered by Cal. And Jackie Beck going to set it up and take it back up the court here. Jackie Beck dribbling, taking it out to Fortune. Fortune over to Williams. And again, Jackie Beck back with the ball. Fortune taking his time.
There's only 15 on the shot clock, so Cal has to set something up pretty fast.
That they do is, there goes Drew Cook with the shot. Does not fall. And Seton Hill going to get the rebound, bring it back up. McGlade going to throw it down low. Turnover there. Recovered by Cal. And they'll set it back up down the court now.
And Alonzo Murphy playing very good on defense so far.
And another turnover. A lot of turnovers here early as Seton Hill coming back up. Taylor dribbling underneath. Pass to McGlade, layup, no good. And we still do not have any points here in this game as Cal U gets the turnover.
Yeah, just over 2 minutes as Drew Cook goes through the lane, gets the ball stripped though.
And Seton Hill's trying to recover, and we're going to get a traveling call on Seton Hill.
And that's going to be a big break for California as Cook was trying to fight and get the ball back for his team. Seton Hill comes away with it, but Kenny, it looked like was the one that came away with it. Just almost steps out of bounds, but a couple too many steps. Gives Cal the ball back with a fresh shot clock.
And now Jackie Beck going to try to set something up for Cal. And Fortune fakes the drive into the lane. And Fortune again setting it up. Trying to set some pick plays here. Looks like as Williams will throw the shot up. It does not fall, and Seton Hill's going to get the rebound.
So still, few possessions so far for both of these teams. No points yet as McGlade takes a three.
And the first points are finally scored here as McGlade getting the three-point shot. And Seton Hill finally breaks the tie as it is 3-0 here with 17 left in the first half.
California needs a bucket now. You don't want Seton Hill getting out to too big of a lead. That happened the last time these two teams played. California fought their way back, got it within 1, but eventually ended up losing by 10.
It seems like we're going to have a stoppage in play right here.
It's going to be a foul on Max Kenye. That's his first, team second for Seton Hill. California still with none, but that resets the shot clock now to a fresh 35, 16:48 left in the game. Or excuse me, the first half.
And Fortune inbounds to Jackie Beck. On out to Chris Williams. And it seems like Seton Hill's going to try to set up some pressure here on Cal. And Chris Williams is going to try to go down low. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be out of bounds on Seton Hill, so Cal U will keep possession.
And that was Leonard who went off of bounds. And I could see Leonard tipped it out, and Murphy and Leonard both left it. Leonard was convinced that Murphy had touched it last. You can never be sure, though. You have to go for every ball here in this game tonight, especially meaning so much for California.
And Tyno Fortune going to send it back out to Williams, who takes the shot. It does not fall. And Seton Hill's going to bring the ball back up the court now. And it's going to go out to McGlade. And Seton Hill going to slow the play down here a little bit, try to set something up. As Windsor goes down to Kenye. Fakes the shot. Tries to go down, will not get down low. Sending it out now. Windsor to Kenye again. This time drives, sends it back. And the shot is up, and Seton Hill does not get it to fall.
And Williams with a big rebound there as Cal's in transition now. And
Jakubek takes the shot. That one will fall. And that is a three-pointer for Jakubek. So Cal U answers the three-pointer by Seton Hill.
And that's a guy you might want to get hot in this game. Jake Jakubek against Clarion. He had 6 3-pointers, ending with 22 points. You get that kind of performance again tonight on the road, you might have a chance at a big victory.
And he should hopefully play a big factor here for Cal U as Seton Hill's trying to set something up. It goes out of bounds off of Cal U. And there's timeout here. It's going to be the first media timeout.
And looking at it so far, it's a 3-3 game. And, you know, the last time these two teams played, 56-46, not a very big score for either team, especially California. Averages maybe around 60 points a game. Seton Hill's a pretty good offensive team as well. But when you look at it, it's not that these teams aren't getting shots. They are. They're just not going in right now. And we're just under 5 minutes into this one and tied at 3. This shows to me that it can go either way tonight. Seton Hill, They are locked into the 5 spot right now, and it's something to see around all the PSAC. The teams that are locked into their spots, are they going to play all their starters for the entire game? I know Gannon, the number 1 seed, is off tonight, so they'll have a long break, which could be good for them. But IUP, Slippery Rock, Mercyhurst. Mercyhurst actually playing UPJ, and that's a game that matters to Cal a lot. Who is going to play their stars? Who's going to rest and get ready for the playoff run that starts Saturday?
It's a big chess match right now, trying to get into the playoffs for all of these different teams, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out as we go along through the next couple of days. But for right now, California trying to make sure that they get the W here to secure themselves a playoff spot. And play is about to continue here, another little bit of a delay. But you bring up a good point about how it's a 3-3 game so far. California and Seton Hill trying to get shots there, not falling so far, and I think the defense is going to play a huge part of this game. We'll just have to wait and see as we go along. Yeah,
California's defense is one of the best in the PSAC at limiting the scoring and also getting a lot of turnovers and takeaways, especially with Drew Cook. He's only a freshman. He's probably the best defensive player on this team the way he's played this year. A freshman out of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. The next few years with him on the team are going to be huge with the development at Coach Bill Brown, Randy Roth, Cleve Stewart around him, trying to develop him into more than just a defensive player.
Yes, Cal U has a lot of young guys on their roster this year. It kind of gave them some struggles as far as this year was concerned, but that could develop into some great players and turn out to be a great team maybe next year, a couple years down the road as we go along.
Yeah, and only having 1 senior is big as well. California, next year's opportunities could be a lot bigger, and not a lot of people graduating.
And we get the inbounds now. Seton Hill going to try to set something up as this pass goes out to Kenyi. He takes the long 3-point shot, does not fall, and Jack Ubeck is going to pick it up and take it back down the court. And Jack Ubeck slowing things down here. Gives it to Fortune. Back to Jack Ubeck here. And it seems like Seton Hill's defense keeping good pressure on Cal U so far. Tano Fortune picks it back up. Sending it down now to Cook. Back to Fortune. Fortune dribbles, tries to drive the lane from the free throw. No, he passes it out to Cook. Jackie Beck down low to Murphy. And there's going to be a traveling call on Murphy there, so Seton Hill will retain possession now.
And that was a great possession by Seton Hill's defense right there, limiting the opportunities that California had. They eventually found one with Murphy trying to switch his feet around. He just did a little bit too much, got the shot off and it was in, but all for naught. We're going to see Armin Marks come in for Drew Cook, his first time in the contest.
And Seton Hill will bring the ball back up the court. And it's going to be Windsor out to Kenny. Another traveling call there, but it's going to be on Seton Hill this time, so Cal U will get possession now.
Like I said, the defenses, especially for California, going to be critical of this game. And who comes out? California, if they want to win this game, get in the playoffs, they would play Mercyhurst in the first round. Their defense needs to step up. The last time they played UPJ, between Clarion and UPJ, the difference was defense. They allowed 91 points at Clarion, only 67 against UPJ. A big difference as that pass goes right into the stands, and the fans have to catch it themselves.
Yeah, Alonzo Murphy trying to get the pass down low for Cal U. Did not happen there, and another turnover as Seton Hill will now bring it back up the court. And it is going to be McGlade bringing it up. Takes the drive in, tries to pass it. It goes off a player, and it's going to be Seton Hill's possession. It was off of Cal U.
And it looks like, I believe that was Kenny, you said, going down to Windsor. He threw it off of Cal players. The shot goes up.
And that was Cameron Taylor taking the shot. Seton Hill rebounds. It's going to go out to Windsor, who drives. Another pass does not go, and it's going to be off of Cal once again.
And right there, the no-look pass from Windsor, I believe it was, or Taylor. It's hard to tell here because the numbers are golden with red outlines. It's hard to look at them, and there's so many low numbers here. No-look pass just went right in the hands of Tyndall Fortune. He's just not able to hold on to it, not looking for the ball to come right to him.
And Taylor now has the ball again. Him and Windsor passing it around, out to McGlade, and then down to, I believe that's Kenny. Or I'm sorry, that was Leonard. And now the dribbles in, goes Taylor, and he gets the layup to fall. So Seton Hill getting the layup finally, and they'll take the lead here.
And it's still only 5-3 with 13:36 left. This is going to be a very low-scoring game if the pace holds here.
And there goes Jackie Beck down low, tries to get the pass out to Williams, does not go, as Seton Hill is going to bring it back up. Windsor, good pass there, and it looks like there might be foul on Cal U here.
And there will be a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Marks. That's going to be his first, but unfortunately we don't have replay today because we had to do a one-camera shoot. We also don't have graphics. We'll tell you everything you need to know throughout the game later, but that was a beautiful behind-the-back pass from, I believe it was Taylor Kenye.
And Kenny on the line now is going to take his first free throw. It does not go. And there's going to be some subs here now for Cal U. It seems like Cook's going to come back into the game, and Kenny Smith is also going to enter in for Cal.
Cook coming in for Fortune and Smith coming in for Murphy. And we've seen that a lot. Kenny Smith, he's not a scorer, but he can play defense and he clogs the lanes with his big frame.
Kenny now taking his second free throw. This one's going to fall, so that'll be his first point of the game. And Seton Hill now taking the lead 6-3. And Cal U bringing the ball back up the court now, as this pass goes to Armin Marks, who gives it out to Jackie Beck. And then out to Williams. Trying to look for something down low. They'll give it to Kenny Smith. And then out to Cook. And Armin Marks from the three-point line giving it to Jackie Beck. Cal U trying to find something down low here. Jackie Beck taking the shot. It doesn't go, and Seton Hill will rebound it, as that was Malachi Leonard getting the rebound.
And he averages 9 rebounds a game for a reason, getting his big frame up there and just using his long wingspan arms and throw it down onto the court and grab it himself.
And now McGlade for Seton Hill trying to set the offense. A lot of passing so far for Seton Hill as they're looking to find a weakness in Cal's defense. And they give it to Windsor, working it down low, gives it out to Kenny. Windsor again, trying to drive, doesn't happen. McGlade. And then Windsor throws up the three, it will not go, and the rebound there by Kenny Smith.
And as the shot clock was starting to wind down, he just had to chuck that one up and hope it went in. But great defense by California on that possession to keep it within 3 points.
And there goes Morrison, tries to slam it down, but it does not happen. Seton Hill's going to bring it back up the court. They're going to give it to McGlade, who drives to the net, gets the layup. So McGlade now with 5 points of Seton Hill's 8 so far, as they take an 8-3 lead. And there will be a timeout called by California. And so far it's been, like you said, a lot of turnovers in this game so far. It's played a big factor, and both teams still in single digits.
Yeah, both teams in single digits, but Seton Hill, starting to get their offensive motor driving and going, getting all the cylinders in there, working in the way a motor needs to, getting all the cogs to put together. McGlade leads all scorers with 5. He has more than California has total. And I just noticed something on the scoreboard, actually, Damon. Instead of saying home and Cal, it says home and 14 EST. So I don't know what that is supposed to stand for, but 14 EST right now on the scoreboard only has 3 points. But California's defense still doing a pretty good job limiting within single digits. They just need the scoring to happen as well.
Yeah, they need to get a couple shots to fall, and we'll see if they can do that here with their next possession, as Jackie Beck will start it up for the Vulcans, bringing it up the court. Passes it out to Drew Cook. He's going to fake the drive, send it back out to Jackie Beck. Down to Williams, who has trouble with it, but recovers. And again, Jackie Beck playing the point, getting that pass. And Williams. Jackie Beck almost double teamed there for a little bit. A lot of pressure here for Seton Hill so far. Armin Marks takes the three, shot does not fall, and Seton Hill will rebound.
And Marks, he's very good at creating off his own dribble. Didn't right there, just had the 3 rim out for him.
And now Seton Hill trying to, like you said, get their offense going, as Cameron Taylor is going to give it out to Windsor. McGlade trying to get it down low, gives it to Leonard. Out to, it looks like Noah Davis there. And Leonard gets the shot to fall, and there's going to be a foul. And it looks like that might be on Kenny Smith.
That's actually going to be Armin Marks.
Armin Marks
on the foul. That's going to be his second of the contest right now, so he's getting in a little bit of early foul trouble. You don't want to lose him. He's been your 6th man throughout the year. As we reach our second media timeout with 10:52 left, Leonard going to go to the line after our media timeout is over, and we're going to see Josh Dombrowski come back into the game. And he's actually a name that I did not put on our little stat sheets because he was listed to be out for the rest of the year. So we're going to have to look here. Dombrowski averaging 3 points a game, 2.3 rebounds, but he's a very big defensive presence. He's 6'6", and he plays a small forward position very well. He doesn't score, but he can be that swing man that's very fast down the defensive side of the court, get a lot of turnovers for you.
Josh Dombrowski could play a big factor with the way this game has been so far. It seems like he could be a big physical presence down low, cause a lot of turnovers, and get Cal the ball for a chance to get some offensive points, because so far it doesn't seem like any of their shots want to fall.
Yeah, we're going to see Murphy check back in as well. Looks like Kenny Smith might check out, depending on who goes out for the Vulcans, and it is Kenny Smith. So I think Bill Brown's trying to find the guys that can get on an offensive groove right now, starting to gel on the board. If Leonard can make this free throw, he's going to extend this out to an 8-point lead. And California, they need to start picking up some baskets and try and stay within this one.
Yes, they do, as Malachi Leonard now on the line. He's going to take his first free throw, as this one is up and it falls. So Leonard with the free throw there, and that will extend Seton Hill's lead to 8. And Cal U now going to set up as Tyno Fortune, as Seton Hill really pressuring Cal right here, gets the turnover, and the layup does not fall for Nate Perry, but there is going to be a foul. And we're going to see who it's on here in just a second. It'll be on Tyno Fortune there, I'm sorry.
You're good right there. Fortune, his first foul. That's the team third foul now. With 10:38 left, you're halfway to sending Seton Hill into the bonus opportunities. And we saw how that affected the women's game. The Vulcans down by 6 within a minute left, able to tie it before a miracle shot ended their run as Perry makes the first.
And Nate Perry going to go back to the line for his second opportunity. Could put Seton Hill up by 10, and that is a huge lead to start this game with the way it has been going, as Perry takes the shot. Doesn't go that time, so it'll stay a 12-3 game here with 10:35 left in the first half. And this one brought up by Drew Cook. Down now to Williams. And this one, Williams going to throw it out. No, it's going to be Alonzo Murphy couldn't handle it. That shot is up by Cook and good. So a 2-pointer there for Cook as Cal gets some offense there.
And they've kept it from going to double digits for the Seton Hill lead.
And that ball is going to go out of bounds and is going to be off. It's going to be Cal that's going to cause it to go out of bounds, so Seton Hill will retain possession here.
And we're going to see a couple subs come in for Seton Hill. That's McGlade and Kenyi coming in for Windsor and Taylor.
And Seton Hill trying to set up some offense here with their substitutions. And this is a long pass out there as McGlade's going to have to go all the way back, almost to their defensive zone to get that as he brings it back up into the court. And Kenyi now back out to McGlade. And that's going to go down to Leonard. McGlade, Kenyi, a lot of quick passes here for Seton Hill. Kenyi again. McGlade wanted to shoot it, did not. Gives it out to Kenyi. Back out, Nate Perry with a shot. It's going to fall. And Seton Hill is going to get a 3-pointer out of Nate Perry there.
He has 4 points now in the contest. And like I said before, California is doing a good job of keeping it away from double digits, but now it has reached the double-digit plateau.
And now Cal U has the pressure on, going to try to get something going here as Chris Williams going to give it to Drew Cook. And Cook takes the shot for 2, does not fall. Offensive rebound, no, as Seton Hill will pick it up.
And Murphy again trying to go for a tip-in. I think he just needs to come down with the rebounds, get both hands up there, not just one. Come down with the rebound, set your feet, look for something else instead of just flicking it up there and hoping it goes in.
And Seton Hill now trying to set up the offense as Kenyi. Dribble, wait for an open pass there to McGlade. And out to Perry. Perry, nice no-look pass. Try to get it to Leonard. This time Davis down low, tries to get the layup, does not go. And it looks like there might be a foul here.
And it is going to be a foul. We'll see who it's on in just a second. Going to be, I believe, on Fortune. Or
no,
actually,
it's going to be on Josh Dombrowski there, yes.
So Dombrowski, that's his first of the contest.
And Noah Davis's first free throw is going to fall. He's going to get another opportunity after this.
We're going to see Nebojša Stanojevic come into the game. Try saying that one 5 times fast, but Stanojevic only played in 14 games this year, but he did play the last time that Cal and Seton Hill played as Davis makes the second. He's 7 feet, and he's a freshman from Belgrade, Serbia. That height is something that's really going to help his advantage in the game.
And here, pressure on Cal as Drew Cook gives the pass down to Murphy, who tries to go for the layup. It is tipped just a bit, and Seton Hill will recover.
And like I said, the height gonna help. Stanojevic just put his arms up there, and Murphy couldn't go anywhere. Murphy's only 6'8". He's not very tall for a center. He's more the range of a power forward.
And this one is a 3-point shot by Perry. It's gonna fall, as so far he is now the leading scorer for Seton Hill as he has 7 points.
And this is not the start that California wanted. 8 minutes left in the first half. You only have 5 points. You're down by 15. You need a spark right now. Try and come back in this one as fast as possible.
And Fortune trying to give him that spark. 3-point shot, no good though, as Seton Hill will recover it and send it back up the court as McGlade charging to the basket. Stops up, gonna look for a pass and slow everything down as Perry will pick it up. And then McGlade dribbling it down to the side of the court now as Kenny comes out, gonna get the pass. Down to Perry. Perry, nice dribbling there. He's gonna send the shot for Seton Hill, does not fall. That was Noah Davis taking the shot. And now Tylenol Fortune gonna bring it back up for Cal.
We'll see if they can score in this possession. It's been few and far between for the buckets for California. They need one as soon as possible though.
And Drew Cook gonna send it out to Jakubik. Down low to Murphy. Murphy trying to sends it out to Dombrowski. Does not fall, and that one is gonna go out. And Cal U is the last to touch it, so Seton Hill will get possession.
That's our third media timeout now, Damon, with 7:16 left. And something I forgot to mention about Josh Dombrowski, he's a 3-point shooter as well. He can really kill you from beyond the arc if you leave him open. He's one of those forwards that, yeah, he plays down low and he can get some big rebounds, but he'll stretch you out to the arc on offense. And a lot of fours hate playing out there because they're so tall. They like to stay down low and use their arms, not having to run and then jump and try and defend a shot.
And Josh Dombrowski in that case could be the spark that Cal U needs. Down by 15 here, halfway through the first half. He could be the spark. If he can get some 3-point shots to fall, that could be huge for Cal U.
Yeah, they just need a shot. I don't care if it's a 1-point free throw at this point. They need something to go down, try and get some offensive rhythm for themselves. Down 15 points, 7:16 left in a game where you have to win to stay alive in the playoffs, as they have just changed the name of Cal to Cal from 14 EST.
Still do not know what that 14 EST was all about, but glad they got it switched. And I'm sure Cal U was trying to figure something out at the bench right there as they had the timeout to talk things over and probably set something up on offense.
Yeah, and if anything can come together, it's the play of Alonzo Murphy, in my opinion. He's had big second halves against a lot of teams this year, but he may need to do that a lot sooner than later, being down by 15.
And now Seton Hill is going to set it up again as Kenny is out at the point. Going to send it down to Nate Perry. Down low is Noah Davis dribbling, and he throws the layup, does not fall. Big rebound for Cal as they bring it back up. And this one, Fortune dribbling to the basket. What a move, cannot get it to fall though, as Seton Hill's going to bring it back up. A lot of fast breaks now. Noah Davis tried to get that, but it's going to be, I think, a foul here.
And that's going to go against Drew Cook. That's going to be his first of the game, and that's going to be team foul number 5. And I actually have an update here from the Pitt-Johnstown Mercyhurst game. That one kind of still matters into the favor of Cal right now. With 17:10 left in the first, as Noah Davis makes his first free throw. It is 7-0 Pitt-Johnstown.
So also another close game right there. And like you said, Noah Davis making his first free throw. And he'll go to the line for his second. Shot is up, and it also falls. So Noah Davis now with 4 points, all via the free throw. And California now going to set it back up. As Jakubik looks for a pass to Marks, back to Jakubik. Out to Williams. Jakubik with the open look, he takes it, and it falls for Cal, as Jakubik is going to get 3 on that one.
And that's the second 3-pointer for Jakubik. He has 6 of the team's 8 points. You need to get him more open looks. he's more of a shooting guard, in my opinion, than a true point guard. He loves to shoot the three and try and be deadly with that one. You need a lot more of those if you want to come back, though.
And now Cal playing some aggressive defense. This one down to the big man, Stanovic. He throws the layup, does not fall, and Cal, you're going to bring it back up. Jakubik dribbling to the three-point line, and he loses it there, and it's going to be Seton Hill's ball as it went out on Jakubik.
Great defense by Max Kenye there. He disrupted the dribble of Jakubik. He ended up losing it, and I thought it might have been out of bounds off Kenye if Jakubik left it alone. But like I said before in the game, this game matters too much. You cannot just let any ball roll out. You don't know how it's going to happen or what the call's going to be at the end. You need to run after all of them. We're going to see Perry and Davis, I believe, check out of the game.
And now Seton Hill going to bring the ball back up the court. David Windsor giving it to Noah Davis. Noah Davis going to give it off now to Taylor. And Taylor going to be over to Windsor. Windsor looking for a passing lane, throws it down low. A little bit of a turnover. Williams gets it, but he's going to step out of bounds as he tried to save that one, so Seton Hill will retain possession.
Yeah, and he actually flew into the stands trying to save that one. That's the hustle I'm looking for in this game, especially from Chris Williams, the lone senior on this team. He does not want this to be the last game of his career. He wants to keep going, try and fight. Cal needs the PSAC championship to get in the playoffs, but you never know when you get into the playoff time.
And this one down, and the layup is good as Noah Davis fought for that one. And it looks like that he's going to get a foul. There's going to be a foul called.
And Jakubik is in a little bit of pain right now. I saw that. Looks like he might have sprained an ankle or something. He's walking it off now, which is a good sign, but you never want Jakubik being the guy that's going to exit for the Vulcans. And I'm not saying that as in a way as any player is less valuable than any other, but Jakubik, 6 of your 8 points, you cannot afford to lose him yet.
No, you cannot, as Noah Davis back to the line again. This time, the shot does not fall. Seton Hill still with that 24-8 lead. A big mountain to climb for Cal U. And this one brought up by Drew Cook. Give it off to Alonzo Murphy, who dribbles down low. Nice no-look pass there. It gives it to Marks, and it falls for 2.
That was a great pass right there from Murphy. I thought maybe he was a little ill-advised, saying as there was some traffic down low, but Marks able to clean it up and put it in.
And there's a shot right there for Seton Hill. Does not fall, and it's rebounded there by Leonard. Kenny going to pass it over to Windsor. Windsor now out to Taylor. And it looks like Seton Hill trying to go down low. Taylor, nice dribbling there. Another no-look pass, and a slam dunk by Malachi Leonard.
We're going to have to put that one in submissions for SportsCenter top 10 plays because that was a beautiful behind-the-back pass. Leonard just going right along the baseline, dunking it in. And Cal's defense trying all they can, but you cannot defend beauty like that when it comes to the passing.
And Cal now trying to answer back as Murphy sends it out to Cook, who takes the shot, does not fall. Seton Hill again with the rebound. And they'll bring it back up now, as that is Taylor trying to get some more good passes there as he sends it out now to Windsor. And Taylor slowing the offense down. Windsor and Taylor passing it back and forth here. And Windsor driving towards it. Kenye going towards the basket. Takes the shot, does not fall. And it's rebounded by Cal.
That's Murphy on the rebound. Mark's bringing it up now. Needs to make a shot here, or any of the Vulcans really need to as well. You break 10 points now. You want to at least break 20 here.
And Williams tries to go for the layup, doesn't go. And this one is going to be another foul. We'll see who it's on here. It's going to be on Marks.
And that's his 3rd foul of the game already. We may not see Armor Marks for the rest of the half and at least a good portion of the second half. When we come back from halftime, we have our last media timeout right now, but 26-10. Seton Hill's a good team, don't get me wrong, but California, their defense is playing as best they can. The offense, though, just not clicking. It's turning into Clarion and IUP all over again. And both of those losses were big blowout losses, one at home and one on the road.
And their offense isn't clicking, but also their defense, they're trying to get their defense to stay pretty stout. But it seems like that some of Seton Hill's players are making just some great passes, and it's overwhelming Cal U's defense just a little bit.
Yeah, especially that one where we just talked about, the behind the back to the Leonard dunk. You cannot defend that. It's hard, almost impossible to defend that. You can't expect a guy to just go behind his back and have a dunk right after it. You don't expect those kind of things. You expect passes along the arc. Maybe a guy hoists up a three. So Seton Hill, it's one thing that's really plagued Cal all year, in my opinion. Passing other teams has been a little bit better than California's speed to get into the passing lanes. And that's something that they might need to work on for next year, unless they can rebound from a 16-point deficit and come back and shock us all and win.
And you are right, it's something that is very tough to defend against. And right now, California just trying to look for some kind of momentum swing, get a little bit of momentum back on their side, and at least make this game a little bit closer here as we go towards the end of the first half. And we're setting up now for some free throws for Seton Hill. It looks like Cameron Taylor is going to take them. And he'll set it up here, getting ready to take it. First shot is going to fall. So Cameron Taylor with the first free throw, good.
And Taylor in this game right now, he now has 3 points, trying to make it 4.
And he does make it 4 as he gets the second one to fall. And Seton Hill now jumping out to a 28-10 lead as Cal U looking to get some momentum now. Tyno Fortune trying his best, pressured quite a lot there. This one, the pass is going to go out, and it's going to be Seton Hill's ball. That is a big turnover.
And Tyno Fortune right there just had nowhere to go. He had no outlets. Drew Cook came at the last second, but the pass was off of Cook and it went out of bounds. So California's getting no lucky breaks. But one thing I will say, and although this hurt California before, we've seen a team come back from 18 down to win.
And there's a drive to the basket, and it looks like we're going to get a foul called here, and it is going to be on Jakubek.
That's his first. That is the team's seventh, actually 8th of the first half. So I am behind, or actually that's Jakubek's second foul, so I am behind on one in my count as Leonard makes his first shot.
And Leonard now with 6 points, as Seton Hill has a couple players with 6 points on the board. The other one would be Noah Davis. And Leonard going for 7 right here, and he gets it to fall. And that is huge as Seton Hill now up by 20. It is 30-10.
We're going to see Nate Perry come in for Noah Davis. Perry, the senior from Greensburg, so he didn't have to travel far. I believe he went to Hempfield High School. His last home game as a Griffin in this arena.
There's a lot past Jakubek, driving straight to the bucket, and he's going to get that layup to fall for 2.
And that's a situation where California might have some success, and they just run down the court. They are a very fast team. If you can run, you might open up some more lanes for 3-point shots.
And there's a shot by Taylor that does not go. Seton Hill is going to rebound and try to set something up here as Nate Perry will keep it out at the point. And that'll get out to Windsor now, as Seton Hill slowing the pace of the game down here just a little bit. And then Kenny looking for a pass down low that gives it out to Perry. Takes the shot, doesn't fall. Cal U's going to rebound.
And California needed that rebound. You don't want to give Seton Hill any more second chances. You're already down by 18. Try a goal I will set right now. Try and keep within 15 and you can have a chance to come back.
That's right, as Kenny Smith now is going to set it up for Cal. Tyno Fortune going to the basket, and there's going to be a foul called, and it looks like it's going to be on Seton Hill.
It's going to be on number 14. That's going to be Leonard. That is his first foul of the contest. That's a guy you might want to get into foul trouble, especially the way he's penetrating the low post D right now. You want to get him into trouble and sit him on the bench for a little bit.
And Cal U is going to inbound it now. They're going to send it back out to Jakubek. Been a big factor for Cal U so far as offense is concerned. This one going to the net is Williams. Does not get the shot to fall. Seton Hill bringing up the court pretty fast there. Pass out. And there's going to be a foul called.
It's going to be an offensive foul against Seton Hill. So it'll be California possession. We'll see who the foul's going to be on. It's going to be Cameron Taylor. That's his first. That is the team 4th foul for Seton Hill. So they still have a little bit of fouls to play with before they send Cal to the line.
California trying to get Seton Hill into a little more foul trouble. Might help them out some as Jakubek tries to get that pass to go to Williams. It does not. Seton Hill bringing it back up. Fast break. And there's another foul. It's going to be on Jakubek.
And that's Jakubek's 3rd now. And he's going to probably have to sit out the rest of the first half having 3 fouls. You're going to have to see probably, I really don't know at this point. You're going to see Josh Dombrowski come in because all 3 of your point guards are out there at this point. you don't have a lot of point guard depth on your roster, but you're going to see Dombrowski come in for Jakubik in the next opportunity after this free throw.
And Nate Perry is going to be the one taking the free throw after he had that fast break to the bucket. His first attempt's going to fall. So Nate Perry now with 8 points in the contest.
And he is the leading scorer for the Griffins. He matches Jakubik as the overall scoring leader in this game. Perry going to try and make it 9 points if he can convert this free throw.
And Perry, a very good shot from the free throw line, 81.8% on the year, and he makes the second. And that'll give Seton Hill a pretty substantial lead once again, 32-12, still a 20-point lead.
Like I said, if you can get within 15, that's a goal you need to set. You've only scored 12 points. Right now, though, Seton Hill's only scored 32, so it's not like they're scoring at a very high rate either. You just need to get some more offensive chances to fall in.
They're going to try to get that, and there's going to be a stoppage here.
It's going to be an offensive foul against Drew Cook.
And Drew Cook, that'll be his second of the game, so another point guard in some, well, not that much foul trouble, but to start the game, his second foul already.
Yeah, and if you get 2 of your point guards in a lot of foul trouble early on, who are you going to turn to on the bench, because you don't really have any more guards on the roster that can play the point.
And this one, it's going to be fought for. And it looks like it's going to be Seton Hill's ball, yes.
And it was a jump ball possession arrow favoring Seton Hill. It's actually hard to see the possession arrow here in McKenna Center. It's right in the middle of the Seton Hill home of the Griffins billboard, right in the middle of the court. So had to look very closely, but Seton Hill going to maintain possession with 1:28 left in the first half.
And Seton Hill inbounds it here as Windsor will go out to the point again, set something up. And he's going to look for a possible pass. There he goes to Perry. Back to Windsor. Out to Cameron Taylor, back out to Kenny. A lot of passing here so far for Seton Hill as Perry's going to try to drive the net, does not. Windsor out to Kenny, the shot goes up before the shot clock runs out, doesn't go. And this is going to be Cal's ball as it goes out of bounds.
And the shot clock went off. It did hit the rim though, so no shot clock violation. But then Malachi Leonard trying to throw it off of Vulcan, but he was out of bounds as he stepped with possession of the ball.
Down low is Kenny Smith trying to look for a layup. Possibly he's going to go out to a pass to Williams. Back out to Fortune. Drew Cook cutting in. Gives it out to a wide open Dombrowski. The shot doesn't fall. Seton Hill going to rebound.
We have 40 seconds left, so Seton Hill can run this down to as much as 7 seconds, as that's the difference between shot and game clock. California may escape this half with less than 15 points, and at that time, you really need to find something going on offense to come back in this one.
And Seton Hill going down low, and that is going to be a foul. Looks like on Seton Hill.
It's actually going to be Chris Williams for California as our little hand signals right there trying to tell you it's 22. Didn't work out, but we're going to see Taylor go to the line. And on the year, Cameron Taylor, a 77% free throw shooter.
And he gets the first one to fall for Seton Hill. He has 5 points on the night. And the lead has now extended to 33-12. And Taylor taking a second shot. Doesn't go this time, and Williams is going to rebound it, and Cal U going to send it up the court here. And Fortune pressured quite a bit there at half court. Going to give it to Kenny Smith down low, try to get to Williams. Drew Cook's going to end up with it. Williams once again is going to set it up, try to drive to the basket. There's a layup try, goes in, and Williams gets his first points of the night.
And now the pass is out of bounds on the inbound. California getting the ball back with 1.7 seconds left as the clock did stop. And now California gonna have a chance to cut this within 20 points if they can make a shot here.
And we'll see 1.7s, anything can happen. Here it goes, Fortune gonna take the shot at the buzzer, and it goes in.
And that's a big three right there from Tynell Fortune as he was going down, just threw it up on a prayer, happened to go in. In California, they're down by 16 right now. It's short of the goal, I said, maybe 15, but we've seen teams come back from 18 down before and win games. It happened against Edinburgh for California. So anything can happen when your playoff lives are on the line.
And we have seen that before. And at the end of the first half here from Seton Hill University, Seton Hill has the lead, 33-17. You are watching Cal men's basketball on CUTV. And welcome back to Seton Hill University. I am Damon Madsen here with Zach Lamar. And Zach, we have Seton Hill out to the lead here to go into the second half, and we have some stats for you too as well.
Yeah, we'll look at the halftime stats. Shooting-wise, California 27%, and that's really the only thing that's hurting the Vulcans right now, in my opinion, is they just haven't been able to make shots. Seton Hill really hasn't been either. They're 42%. They've only taken 19 shots though. 18 free throws. I didn't know they had that many free throw attempts. 18 free throws, you make 14 of them, you're going to be out to a big lead. California hasn't touched the free throw line yet. They need to maybe get that going in the second half. But something that's helping them, Seton Hill, 5 turnovers still. California, though, 9 turnovers. They got to keep control of the ball. Rebounding, they're about even. Need some more offensive rebounds, I think, from California. Try and get back in this one. But I know it's hard to say when you're down by 16 that we have a chance. But there's a chance here. And although UPJ is beating Mercyhurst right now in their game, we got a score up there. I can't remember the score off the top of my head. UPJ is beating Mercyhurst. California, if they can find a way to win somehow, some way, if the basketball gods can look down on them and say win for some reason, then California can sneak their way in the playoffs regardless of what UPJ does.
And the stats tell the story. Just a couple of things that Cal needs to do to get back into this game, and that's all they really need. They could easily get back into this game and make it very interesting as we go down through the second half here. And California is going to get ready to inbound the ball. Drew Cook going to give it to Jakubek, and they will start the game here to set it up in the second half. And
another thing, California has to watch their fouls. Marks and Jakubek both have 3, and they're 2 of your scorers in the game.
And down low, there's a quick score for Cal as Armin Marks going to get the layup there. And Cal's off to a fast start here in the second half.
He has 4 points now in the game, and that's the start you need. You didn't get your first basket in the first half till about 4 minutes in. Right there, about 30 seconds in less. That's the start you need.
And now we see Cameron Taylor with the ball for Seton Hill, giving it out to Kenny. Kenny going to send it out to Windsor. Seton Hill trying to control the pace here so far. Taylor going to try to drive, fake the drive, give it out to Windsor. Windsor pulls up, takes the shot, doesn't go, and Cal's going to rebound.
And great start on defense as well for California. Make sure Seton Hill, you're forcing into some long 2s, maybe some long 3s as well. Force them to take bad off-balance shots.
And Armin Marks going to take a shot here for 3, does not fall. He gets his own rebound there. Gives it out to Williams. Good aggressiveness there by Marks. Now Jakubek going to slow that down the pace here. Give it to Williams. Down low to Marks. He is open, and another quick layup. And like I said, Cal U just needs a couple things to go their way, and so far it's working out.
Yeah, now you're only down by 16, as we're going to have a stoppage right now, a timeout called by Seton Hill. And you kind of need that timeout, as Seton Hill actually got credited for a basket on the court, so they might have to review that in a second. It says 35-19. It should be 33-21, and they are correcting that now. So a good job of catching that there. But Armin Marks, 4 quick points in this half. He has 6 in the game now. You can get him going, maybe a couple other players. You're back in this one. You're only down by 12 now. You get it within 10. Then you can start saying, okay, we're in this. Let's go down, finish the drives, come back and try and hopefully win.
That's right. Cal was down by 20 at one point back in the first half, and now you're right. You cut it down to a 12-point deficit, slowly make your way back into this, and Cal U can easily make this a very interesting game. And Seton Hill's going to get ready to inbound the ball, excuse me there, as Cameron Taylor's going to be the one to inbound it. They're just trying to take a look at some things there at the scorers table here. A little confusion.
They were waiting for the timeout clock to expire. It was not rolling on the shot clock, but the timeout clock had not expired yet. And now we are ready for action again.
And now they're going to give the ball to Taylor. He's going to get ready to inbound it here. Gives it out over to Leonard. Leonard fakes the drive in. Going to send it way back out to Windsor. And this one's going to go out to McGlade. And Leonard pulls up, takes the shot, doesn't go. Cal U doesn't get the rebound there, but there's going to be a foul. And it's going to be on Kenny.
That's his second. That was an over-the-back foul there. Another big break right now for California. You got to keep converting on the offensive end, though. You can't have these lucky breaks go all for naught in this game.
And so far, Cal's been able to convert as they're going to try to do the same thing here. This one down low to Marks again, and he gets another layup. He's up to 8 points on the night, and Cal has now cut the lead to 10.
8 points on the night, 6 points in the half. The only guy to score so far, back within 10. I said 15 at halftime. You quickly make it 10 within 2 minutes of the second half. You're right back in this one.
And Leonard working down low for Seton Hill, trying to get them on the board in the half. This one doesn't go, and it is rebounded by Cal. Jakubek going to take it up, trying to get a fast break going here. And they'll give it out to Marks. He's had a hot hand to start the half so far. Takes his time, slows it down. Driving to the bucket, and it's going to be a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Seton Hill. It's going to be on Windsor there.
That's his second of the game. That's the team's second foul. It's going to be a non-shooting foul. Actually, they're going to call it a shooting foul because Marks, I guess they're going to say never mind, actually, it's a non-shooting foul. I saw Murphy lining up at the stripes for the free throw opportunity defense, trying to get the rebound, but nonetheless, back to live action with 17:35 left.
And Jakubek going to work it out from the point here. Trying to set some picks here. Jakubek driving to the bucket, sends it back out to Williams. Down low to Marks once again. He throws up the layup, doesn't go, but there's going to be a foul on Seton Hill, and that is going to be on Leonard this time.
And now that is Leonard's second. So you're getting Seton Hill into foul trouble early. These are the first free throw line trips for California. With 3 team fouls for Seton Hill, you can keep doing that. You'll get a lot more opportunities. This is where you can really make a difference. Come back in this one.
And Marks 78.7% from the free throw line this year. He gets the bounce there as that one falls. And Cal U now cuts the lead down to just 9 as they've really cut into this lead by Seton Hill.
Yeah. We'll see right here. Marks puts it to second. That one no good though, so at least Marks gets 1 point. It's down within double digits though. It's single digits now at 9-point deficit.
And now Windsor's going to try to set something up as Seton Hill looking to get on the board here in the second half and take the momentum back just a little bit as Windsor passes it out to Perry. Perry trying to dribble, a lot of pressure there, gives it out to McGlade. Out to the outside. And a long pass there to Perry for 3. Doesn't go, but it's rebounded by Kenyi.
And right there, just a fortuitous opportunity for the Griffins. That rebound was very long off the 3. Kenyi just using his long arms to reach out and grab it.
There's Perry driving to the net. Nice pass to Kenyi, who was open down low. Nice pass, and Seton Hill gets the layup.
Kenyi only has 3 points in this game now. He went off last time that these two teams played. As it's back to an 11-point lead for the Griffins.
Now Drew Cook looking for an open player there as he gives it to Williams. Williams will try to set it up here. Jakubek now. Cal U probably looking for the pass down low. They've got a lot of layups this half. Jakubek looking. Gives it, and there's going to be...
Looks like it's an offensive foul on Alonzo Murphy. That's his first. Murphy, I just realized this. He does not have a point yet in this game. He needs to get going, especially using the offensive board class, some second chance opportunities. He needs to get some scoring going in this half.
He would really help the Vulcans as we go along in this game, and it's brought up here by McGlade for Seton Hill. Kenyi out to Perry. Perry fakes the shot. Gives it down low now to Leonard, who looks to try to lay it up. He'll shoot it. Doesn't go, and Williams will rebound for Cal U. And now it's brought up Jakubek. Trying to drive the net. He holds up there. Once again looking for open players. He gives it to Murphy. And now Williams takes the 3, and it goes. And Williams hits the 3-point shot.
And that's big. It's 8 points now for Seton Hill. That's their lead. It was 16 at halftime. You've cut it in half now. Keep chipping away at it, and you'll find yourselves down within maybe 1 possession as time starts to run down with 15-15 left.
Now Nate Perry's going to give it out to Windsor. Windsor going to try to drive the net. He does not. Passes it out to McGlade. So Seton Hill trying to set it right back up here again. Trying to answer Cal U's big 3-pointer there is Windsor. Going to give it down to Leonard. Leonard tries to drive the net. He goes in, and it falls.
And that's going to be an and 1 for Leonard, as the foul's going to be on Alonzo Murphy, I believe. and it is. That is his second, so Murphy 2 quick fouls now in the second half. And Leonard has 9 points in the game right now, trying to make it 10. He would be the first Griffin in double digits in this contest.
Leonard and Perry for Seton Hill, both at 9 points. There's gonna be a timeout called. It looks like Cal U's gonna call a timeout here.
And that's actually just gonna be our media timeout instead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's actually, didn't realize it because it's 14:53 left. It's been a very fast second half so far. And it's a 10-point lead for Seton Hill. They could make it 11 at the line if Leonard's able to convert. But right now, you have to like the effort that you're starting to see from California, realizing that this could be the last 20 minutes they play all season. I'm sure they don't want it to end that way. I'm sure they want to keep playing on. If they win here today, they would go play Mercyhurst in Erie on Saturday. And we've seen before, Cal can hang with Mercyhurst and Slippery Rock. And IUP, they beat IUP at IUP, for goodness gracious. And also Gannon, who they beat at home. And it could be a tough road, but California, you know, if you can hang with these teams, you have to have the confidence. Even if you get in the tournament, you may not be favored. Sometimes the underdogs are the ones that are more lethal because they know they have more to fight for than the top teams.
And Cal definitely can hang with these teams in the playoffs, but the biggest thing is the task at hand right now, down by 10 with Seton Hill about to go to the free throw line. They look to keep chipping away, get themselves back into this game, and make it interesting as we go down with 14:53 left in the half. And for Seton Hill, Leonard is going to go to the free throw line, looking to get into double digits in scoring. And he gets ready, takes his first shot, and it is going to be no good. So Cal's going to rebound and take it up the court.
And that's a big miss right there for Malachi Leonard. He needed to get that one and try and continue to increase the lead.
And a lot of pressure from Seton Hill right now as Cal tries to bring it up. And Drew Cook will get it down to Marks. Marks looking. Can't find an open pass yet. And he gives it over to Murphy, who has yet to get on the board tonight. Gives it to Cook. Cook driving the net. Tries to throw up the layup, doesn't go. And Seton Hill will rebound.
I can't tell if that was blocked or Cook just threw it off the side of the backboard. Either way, great defense right there on that possession by Seton Hill. We're going to get a push offensive foul by Leonard right there. Is Alonzo Murphy hustling for the ball. That's going to be Malachi Leonard's third foul in this one. Start getting him into foul pressure. That's going to be big for California, but we're going to see Leonard check out and the Bosa Stanojevic, come into the game, the big 7-footer from Serbia.
And he'll probably create a big physical presence down low for Seton Hill. And it looks like there's going to be another substitution. It's going to be Cameron Taylor, and he's in for Oliver McGlade. And Cal U getting ready to inbound it as Armin Marks sends it out to Williams. A lot of pressure from Seton Hill right here. Williams gives it to Cook. Cook brings it up now, gonna set it up for Cal. Gives it out to Marks. Marks to Williams, out to Jackie Bick. Jackie Bick out to Cook. Cook for the three. It goes. Big three-pointer for Drew Cook right there.
And Drew Cook now has 5 points in the game, but none three bigger than that one. It's down to a 7-point lead now. Although Seton Hill's starting to make a little bit more baskets, California's still chipping away at every possession they get.
And Nate Perry gonna drop it down to Stanojevic. Stanojevic out to Davis. Davis for the three, doesn't go, and Williams will rebound for Cal, and they'll bring it back up the court. And Cook gonna give it out to Williams. Williams fakes the shot, drives to the net, and no, it does not fall. It looks like it was going to there for just a second. And now Seton Hill bringing it back up. Perry. And another turnover.
Great defense there by Chris Williams.
And this one is going to be a foul. Can't tell who is on here for just a second.
And it looks like there might be a technical foul in this one, I believe. Based on the way that the player was reacting, I think running away from the official is going to be the technical here, and it is. That's going to be on David Windsor. That's huge right now for Seton Hill, and especially for California. That's just going to help momentum go into their side as Windsor has 3 fouls now. Actually make it 4 because of the technical, and we may not be seeing David Windsor for quite a long time as he's going to get subbed out right now, I believe, for McLeod.
And that is a big foul call against Seton Hill, as that is going to go into Cal's favor here as Jackie Bick's going to go to the line.
And to let you know, Jakubik, he makes the first. This is 2 shots and possession. The momentum for California right now really starting to creep up. Jakubik ready for the second. He's a 69% shooter on the year, and he makes both. He's the first Vulcan in double digits with 10. And just like that, Damon, it's a 5-point game with 13 minutes left.
Unbelievable how much determination Cal U is showing right now.
And Jakubik's actually going back to the line to shoot 2 more because there was a shooting foul on Windsor before. And I'm not actually sure if Cal's going to get possession back after this one because they are going to the line for 2, but we'll have to see.
And Jakubik makes that one right there. He now has 11 points on the night, the leading scorer on either team. And Cal U has cut this down to 4. What a comeback so far that we've seen here.
And like I said, if you kept it within a reasonable margin, 16 points is not insurmountable in any means.
And now Jakubik for his second shot. That one falls as well, and Cal now has, they're down by 3, 37-34, as Seton Hill is gonna bring it back up the court here. A little bit of confusion here.
And California playing a big full court press right now. Stanojevic gets the inbounds pass, but California gonna try everything in their power to keep momentum on their side after being down by as many as 20, only being down by 3 with 13 minutes left.
Now McGlade giving it out. Looks like that one's gonna go to Taylor, but there's a block by Cal. It's gonna go out of bounds, and it's gonna be Seton Hill's ball, but what a block right there for Cal.
Goodness gracious, I wish we had a replay for that one. Chris Williams shot in midair, just going away, swatting it like a fly, putting it down. That's the senior leadership. He scored 5 points, but 1 block in this game. That's the biggest block so far tonight.
And even though Cal did not retain possession, that is a big momentum shift still towards Cal, as McGlade trying to dribble, turns it over, maybe no. Seton Hill recovers it. And looks like there's gonna be a timeout called by Seton Hill as they try to regroup here.
And with 7 seconds on the shot clock, they have to regroup at this point because everything is just starting to fall apart for them. You were up by 16 at halftime, and we saw this the last time these two teams played. Seton Hill was up to a big lead at halftime. Cal brought it within 1 point, but California eventually let it slip away, and they lost by 10. Now, though, California fighting for their playoff lives. The momentum swinging with them a lot. Seton Hill scored 4 points in just over 7 minutes. California has scored, I believe, 17. They scored as many as they have in the first half in just 7 minutes. That's the offense that we needed to see from California to come back in this one.
The offense is getting the momentum as well as the defense. We just saw the big block there by Cal, and as long as they can keep that defense stout and continue to score, I think Cal can easily tie this game right back up here.
Absolutely. We saw the same thing in the women's game. Seton Hill down by 7, came back and tied it. California down by 6, came back tied it. Seton Hill with a miracle shot at the end with the win, but this game is about twists and turns.
And here's a big shot by McGlade. It does not go. Rebound, Seton Hills. And he's going to throw it off of Cook, and it's going to, there's a little confusion here.
And Chris Williams, the senior leader for California, talking with the referees. Perry threw it off a Cal player, but I think they're arguing that it went off Perry as he went out of bounds. So maybe it should be Cal ball. We don't have the benefit of replay to see there what could have happened, but now the ball's thrown away almost.
A lot of confusion here. It looks like Seton Hill tried to call a timeout.
We're going to get Drew Cook. He's starting to get a little antsy there because Nate Perry is just starting to abuse Drew Cook right now, throwing the ball off him a couple times. This game's starting to get really feisty. California, their momentum is coming. Seton Hill not going to try and go away without a fight, but California not going to get bullied around. Drew Cook right there, just fire and brimstone right there, trying to say, hey, stop throwing the ball off me. I'm getting sick of it. Let's play some basketball. Seton Hill has 16 fouls already. They could send Cal to the line and draw this game closer if they start getting any more technicals, personal fouls, anything like that. So it's just a game that's really turning into a lot more, and you're seeing that out of California right now, fighting for the playoff spot.
The intensity is definitely there, and California's got to be careful though. They got to make sure they don't get overwhelmed by it. They keep their heads in the game and they continue to do what they've been doing. They brought this game back, and it is theirs right now as far as the momentum goes too. And we'll see if they can continue it. And the ref's still trying to sort out what has been going on here with all the feistiness and everything else.
The ref's talking to Perry, and it looks like Perry and Cook now getting a little bro hug in there, trying to say, hey, I'm sorry for what's going on. I'm just trying to do my job as a basketball player, trying to keep possession in my favor. And Cook, you know, he understands that, I'm sure.
And a little bit of an errant inbound there by Seton Hill, but they still have possession of the ball. Stanijevic going to give it out. Going to give it to Perry. Perry looking to drive on Cook, does not. Gives it out to Taylor. That one is tipped. And it's going to be Cal's possession.
And there's no foul there either. And the coach for Seton Hill is arguing that there maybe should be a foul on Chris Williams as he pushed Stanijevic, but the ball was already well out of bounds, so I'm not sure a foul should have been called there anyways.
Now Tynell Fortune giving it up to Williams. Cal looking to make this possibly a one-point game. And they give it down to Murphy. Murphy getting his first points of the game tonight. A good layup there, and Cal's within one.
And that is the biggest shot Alonzo Murphy might have hit all season, bringing this team within one. But like I said, the last time these two teams played, Cal got it within one. Seton Hill went on a run. Try and see if Cal can defend that better this time around.
And Taylor going for the three here for Seton Hill, and that is a big three for Seton Hill. Taylor sinking that one, and it gives a little bit of breathing room now for Seton Hill.
And Fortune just went away from his guy, Taylor, that time, and Taylor was just wide open for a three, and he figured, hey, I'll just take this. He happened to make it a 4-point game again. And
now Murphy down again with the fadeaway shot, and he gets another 2 points, so bringing it right back. And Cal now, I believe, down by 2.
They are down by 2. They have not updated the scoreboard yet. It's 40-38. But this game is going to go down to the wire if it keeps playing like this.
And now Noah Davis sending it out to Taylor. Taylor driving towards the basket. Big defensive block there. This one given to Perry, though. He gets the rebound and he makes the 2. As Perry is now to double digits with 11 on the night.
And I think California is going to start settling. Okay, if you hit 2-point shots, that's fine. We're going to keep it close if our offense keeps going, especially if you can hit a 3 as well. Seton Hill's defense not playing the greatest right now as Mark sinks the 3.
And Mark sinks the 3 right there for Cal U. And this game is just getting more and more interesting. Marks with 12 on the night. Seton Hill goes right back, tries to get the layup. Doesn't fall. There's going to be a foul.
And it's going to be on number 10, Drew Cook, I believe. We'll have to get clarification in a second. Yeah. And it is. That is his 3rd of the game. And that's going to be our second media timeout with 10:34 left. And my goodness, Damon, 16 points at halftime. You're down by 1 right now. Everything that's happened, it's amazing the effort that California has shown to try to give everything they have to get into the playoffs.
You can see the passion. We've seen it since the beginning of the second half. These guys have really come out strong, really challenging Seton Hill right now, and it's becoming a really physical game, getting very feisty out here, but it's a very good matchup and very enjoyable to watch, absolutely.
And the Seton Hill fans getting into it as well, but a lot of them that were along the bleachers have actually relocated. They're going to the other side, trying to intimidate California. I actually like that move. That's smart. I'm not going to lie there. I'm not mad. I'm impressed about what they're doing. The intimidation factor, being the 6th man in the crowd, that's an amazing move.
A smart fan base here at Seton Hill, it seems, because you see this a lot in other college basketball games. The crowd really gets into it and gets on the side of the opposing team to intimidate them. And right now, that is what Seton Hill's fans are doing in this close matchup. Because Cal has got a lot of the momentum, and now they're trying to get it back to their hometown team by going over to Cal's offensive side.
Yeah, and we're going to see a Seton Hill player go to the line in a second. That is going to be Taylor. And Taylor, or actually, no, that's Nate Perry. He's an 82% free throw shooter on here, so he rarely misses. But California's been getting some breaks recently. We'll have to see if they continue.
And Perry is the leading scorer so far tonight for Seton Hill with 11 points. And his first shot here is going to go in. So that is going to give Seton Hill a 2-point lead now.
And California can accept them making these 1-point shots. Okay, it's still within 1 possession. We still got a lot of time, 10.5 minutes too.
And Perry's second shot up, and it goes in. So Seton Hill now up 44-41 as Cal going to try to bring it back up now. Williams has the ball, gives it back to Fortune. Over to Marks. Marks trying to settle it down here. Fortune looking for the pass back out to Marks. Marks over to Williams. Williams fakes the shot, passes it back out to Jakovic. And it looks like there's going to be a foul here. And it's going to be on Seton Hill, I think. Yes, it is. It's going to be on Oliver McGlade, and that is going to be his first of the game.
And that's also the 7th team foul, so from now on, all fouls will send California to the line. That's huge, because that's where California can make there are opportunities to come back at the charity stripe. Armin Marks is going to go to the line now for a 1-and-1.
And Armin Marks is a 78.7 free throw shooter for the year. We'll see if he can make these ones for Cal and get them within 2, maybe possibly even 1. And his first shot is up and good. As Marks now with 13 points in the game. He came into the second half with just 2, I believe, and he's gotten 11 here in the second half. Seton Hill's fan base trying to intimidate him here. The free throw is up and good. He gets it to fall. 14 for Marks and Cal back within 1.
And that's a big shot right there. The Cal fans that came to this game, they sponsored a bus trip. They had a group of them come. They're down in that corner as well, so it's a battle of the fan bases as well in this contest.
Stanijevich trying to set something up for Seton Hill. They give it over to Taylor, and this one's shot is up by McGlade. And it's going to go on the top of the backboard and out, so that's going to be Cal's possession here.
We're going to see Kenny Smith come in for Murphy. It looks like Malachi Leonard coming back in the game for Stanojevich. Stanojevich, he's a good defender, but he's not the offensive threat that Leonard is. Trying to put him back in there, see if he can do some things on the boards.
That's right. Leonard's got to be careful with foul trouble now, though, as Jakubik's going to get the ball for Cal. Give it out to Fortune. Fortune cutting towards the basket. He goes in. A lot of moves. Gives it to Jakubik out for 3. Gets tipped. And Seton Hill's going to get the ball right back. Going to get a fast break up the floor. Perry. Nice pass there. And he goes. Taylor with the layup. 4-2. And a good answer there by Seton Hill.
Taylor's in double digits with 10 of his own now. That was great defense coming back for Chris Williams. Just no one else was trailing with him for California, so he couldn't do it himself.
Jakubik give it to Fortune. Fortune trying to cut to the net again. No. A lot of big boys. Fortune open though for 3, and he makes it. Fortune with just his second, actually that's his second 3-pointer on the night.
And it's all tied up now, Damon. I just realized that. Down from 16, they just tied it.
Incredible stuff by Cal coming back into this game right now. As Seton Hill bringing it up the floor. McGlade is going to give it out to Taylor. Taylor over to Perry. Taylor. Back out to McGlade, trying to find a lane here to give it to Kenny. Kenny to the basket, doesn't go, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Kenny.
And that's a very controversial call. That could have been a block. I'm not sure. I wasn't watching the feet of the defender who took the charge. That's the 8th team foul now. That's going to be on Kenny. Like you said, that's his 3rd foul now. And because that's offensive, that's not going to send Cal to the line. We'll make that distinction now. We're actually going to see Armin Marks check out of the game now. And we're going to have Drew Cook come back in.
A lot of interesting things going on right now. Jakubik coming up the floor. He's got Fortune over in the corner. He's going to go over and give it to him. Back out to Jakubik. Back to Fortune again. It's Cook. Down into Williams. Williams fade away. Doesn't get it. The rebound, though, tipped in by Kenny Smith, his first 2 on the night, and Cal has taken the lead here.
Kenny Smith averages 1.3 points per game. He usually gets around 2 points. None bigger than that to give Cal their first lead of this game and keep fighting for their playoff lives.
And Kenny going to give it out, and then give it out. Seton Hill trying to charge in. McGlade right there. Perry settles it down, giving it over to Leonard. Leonard trying to drive the basket, and it looks like there's going to be a foul here.
We'll see what's on. It's going to go against California. That's going to be Chris Williams on the foul right there. That's going to be his 2nd.
And it's going to be a media timeout now here, and incredible stuff here in the second half so far. Let me recap it a little bit for you. Cal U coming back into the half, down by 16, and here we are with 7:57 left in the second half. They have come back. It is 48-46 in favor of Cal. Incredible stuff.
Incredible. This one of our programs we have is From the Vault. This might belong in there one day if they can win this game. But it's just, everything's happened the right way. As I can't explain it. I have no words for what I'm seeing tonight. We called the radio game for the women's game before, and I was losing my voice calling that one because it was so exciting, down to the wire, and then about a quarter-court shot to win it with no time left from Paige Alviani for the Griffins. that sealed the Griffins' spot in the playoffs, and they'll face California again on Saturday. We'll have coverage of that. But California, here's the story. They were in 7th place for the longest time. They lose to Clarion Edinburgh, and people start writing them off. Well, against UPJ, they come back. They get a win they needed. Now tonight, they're not going away. They were down by 16. I know we keep saying it. It's a broken record. I know. I don't care. I'll keep playing if I don't want to. They were down 16. It's an 18-point swing in this half, and they're up by 2 now with just under 8 minutes left.
And now Seton Hill trying to take a little bit of momentum back and tie this up here if they can. And it's going to go down to Leonard down low. He tries to go, and it's blocked by Williams, it looks like, but it's going to stay Seton Hill's possession.
And the thing that happened there is Kenny Smith had it. He put his hand out of bounds. And there's nothing you can really do about that one, as he was trying to fight for the ball. He just put his hand down to try and balance himself. It goes against the Vulcans, but they're still up by 2, and with 7:45 left.
A long inbound pass there to Taylor. He's going to give it to Leonard now. Leonard going to give it to McGlade, who's going to cut towards the net. There's going to be, it does not go. There's going to be a foul, though, and it's going to go against, looks like, was that Kenny Smith, I believe?
It was Kenny Smith. That's going to be his first of the game. And now Kenny Smith arguing with the refs. The ref's just going to turn away, and his teammates trying to say, Kenny, just calm down. We're still in this one, okay? We don't need to get anything going. That's going to be a technical on someone, I believe. I believe they're assessing a technical.
Oh, it looks like there's going to be a personal foul is what we're hearing. And actually, it will be a technical foul. I'm sorry.
That's going to be a technical foul for unsportsmanlike conduct on Kenny Smith. We're going to see Murphy come back into the game in the next opportunity. And the ref looking at all the players on the court saying, hey, guys, calm down. You got a lot of time left in this game. Don't get yourself in a lot more trouble than you need to be in.
A lot of intensity so far as McGlade's first attempt is not going to go. So that was a big miss there for Seton Hill, as they have a big opportunity now to get back into this. Even though they are only down by 2, the momentum is definitely on California's side.
And McGlade on the year, a 62% free throw shooter. I'm sure you said that before. Honestly, I kind of was looking over at the bench as Kenny Smith was going off. But when you shoot 62%, there's a good chance you might miss 1 or possibly even 2, and that could really help California.
That it could, and McGlade is going to go for his second attempt now. Try to at least make one of these 2. Here it is. It's up and good. So McGlade's going to give Seton Hill back within 1. It's 48-47 Cal.
And every point matters now in this time. Seton Hill's not fighting for anything, really. They're locked into their spot in the playoffs. But, you know, the way Cal's playing, I don't know if you want them in, because you could eventually meet them down the road, possibly, in the playoffs.
And Tyno Fortune gives it over to Jakubic. Jakubic, a little trouble with the dribble there, but he recovers. Cal looking to get some more points, put more pressure on Seton Hill here. Fortune loses the ball there. He turns it over. That is a big turnover right there.
And he tried going behind his back, spin around. He just lost control of the ball. He's done that a lot this year. He's a great dribbler, but he can lose control sometimes. And right there, not the best time for a costly turnover.
And McGlade keeping it settled down there. And when Kenny falls over on the court, now there's going to be a foul. It's going to be against Tynell Fortune there.
And that foul is the second for little man, Tynell Fortune. And it is a shooting foul, because it's the 7th team foul. It's a 1-and-1 opportunity. Going to send McGlade back to the line. 1 for 2. He's 62% though, so you might make one, miss both.
And in that case, they would just tie the game up, but Seton Hill has a chance to take the lead here. McGlade's first shot, that one will fall. So it'll be a tied up ball game here, 48-all, with McGlade going for one more shot.
And McGlade, if he makes this, the Seton Hill crowd gonna really get back into it more with their defense chance.
And it does not fall, but Seton Hill does rebound it. They're gonna send it out to Kenny now.
And that was Cam Taylor on the rebound. A big rebound right there. That's Seton Hill. They have a height advantage here in this game.
And now Kenny trying to work it, gives it out to Perry. Perry down low to Leonard. It's going to be bobbled there, but Taylor recovers it, gives it out to McGlade for 3, and he sinks it. That is a huge 3 for Seton Hill.
And he redeems himself, missing the free throw, gets the ball back, hits the 3. Now Seton Hill back up by 3 with 6:16 left.
Now Jakubic working it, gives it to Williams. Williams looking for Fortune. Fortune almost loses the ball again. Luckily he recovers it. Gives it out to Jakubic. Jakubic going for 3 there. No good. Rebound. And it looks like it's going to be a foul here, and it's going to be on Seton Hill.
And that's going to send Murphy to the line. We'll see who the foul's going to be on. That's going to go on Malachi Leonard. That's his 4th. That's huge for the Griffins right now. If you lose him, he's been your best offensive player all night, really, and also on the boards. You cannot afford to lose him, and that's 10 fouls now for Seton Hill. That puts Cal in the double bonus, so they get 2 shots no matter what.
And that's going to play a big factor into this. Seton Hill's crowd getting pumped up here as Murphy going for his first shot. No good. He overshot that one just a little bit.
Murphy's a 60% free throw shooter on the year. And something to note, he does have a cat wrap on his right hand. He's hurt his right hand a couple times in the season, so that might be affecting his shooting ability tonight as well.
And he'll set up here, trying to make one of the 2 here. Murphy puts it up. And no good there too, so Seton Hill gonna get the rebound and take it up the court. And McGlade has been big so far here.
Stanojevic is back in the game for Seton Hill.
And Perry's gonna give it down to Stanojevic. He tries to go for the layup. There's gonna be a foul here. It's gonna be against Cal, and it looks like it might be on Murphy.
And it is gonna be Murphy, and that bucket is going to count as well too. Stanojevic has 2 points now. He's gonna go to the line, try and make it 3 in the game with 5:46 left. We're gonna have our 3rd media timeout. This game has been going up by so fast now, and Seton Hill could possibly make it a 6-point lead when we come back off the media timeout break. California, their offense needs to get it going again, and I know they've had a really hot half so far, but they need to really get it going again and keep the game within reach.
They need to keep that intensity up. I think before, when there was all the intensity and the skirmishes going on a little bit, like I said, Cal did not need to get that into their head. Hopefully that didn't happen and they can just focus again, get their offense going, get right back in and tie this game or even take the lead.
Yeah, if they can take the lead again, they're just going to have to be able to hold it. That's where they've really struggled, is holding the lead in this game. And the last time these 2 teams played, because Cal can hang with this team and these players. And they've shown that in both times they've played against Seton Hill Griffins. It's just a matter of you have to be able to keep a lead and not let them hang with you. You can hang with them, don't let them hang with you.
That is correct, and I'm sure they are trying to talk about that on the bench right now as Cal is fighting for their playoff lives here tonight. They win, they are in, so a lot on the line here. Seton Hill already secured into the playoffs. They're just playing a hard-fought game right now against California.
Absolutely, and Seton Hill right now, yeah, you're the 5 seed, you're in the playoffs. You're fighting for pride right now, especially in the last time some of your seniors are going to be out in this court.
And Stanojevic going to the free throw line. He is only a 45.5% shooter on the year. So we'll see what he does here. His first attempt, no good. Cal rebounds. They're going to quickly bring it up the court as Fortune will dribble up. Stop it up here, looking for a lane possibly. Spinning guys around. Fortune passes over to Cook. And Cook again, also looking for a pass, looking for a lane. Fortune has it. Fortune driving towards the basket. Backs out.
There's 10 on the shot clock, excuse me.
And Marks now. Cal's going to have to get a shot off. Marks for the 3, and he makes it. And that brings this back within 2, and Marks now with 17 points on the night.
And a quick update. UPJ is leading Mercers 51-40 with just over 12 minutes left in the game.
And now Kenny trying to go down low. And it's going to be Cal's ball. That went off Kenny. So Cal retained possession, down by 2.
5 minutes and 2 seconds left. This could be the last 5 minutes of your season. If you're California, how do you want to go out? You want to go out in the playoffs, or do you want to go out in the regular season and not get a chance to try and make some noise?
And now Jakubek's going to throw it out to Drew Cook. Cook going out to Fortune. Jakubek falls on the floor there. He'll get back up, get the pass, send it down low to Murphy. Murphy looks out to Fortune. Fortune fakes the shot, drives in, pass out to Cook. Nice pass there. Fortune open 3. He sinks the 3, and Cal takes the lead back. Tyno Fortune, his 3rd 3 of the game.
That's 9 points for him now. none bigger than that three-pointer right there. Give Cal back the lead. Like we said, though, can't let them hang with you. You got to keep the lead now.
And now, Taylor out to Kenny. Over Stanievich. Nate Perry for three with the shot. No good. Cal rebound. And Fortune going to bring it back up the court. Cal looking to extend this lead now.
We're under 4 minutes now, so our next stoppage will be our next media timeout, our last media timeout. California, 1 point lead. They have 3 minutes to hang on to it.
Jackie Beck out at the point now. Looking, gives it to Murphy. Murphy trying to get down low, looks like here, no, gives it to Marks. Marks cutting towards the basket. Goes up for the layup, does not get the bounce, and Seton Hill's gonna rebound.
And that was a big miss from Owen Marks. That one was in the bucket and rimmed out. We're gonna see Malachi Leonard check back into the game in the next stoppage as well for the Griffins.
And Leonard, this one a layup there, doesn't fall for Seton Hill as McGlade tried to go to the basket. He didn't get the bounce either, and Cal gets possession right back.
And now Fortune, we're seeing, he's starting to kill some time. We're gonna get a timeout from California. And Damon, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say anymore about this game because we honestly, we almost kind of broke Cal off when they were down by 20, had 12 points with like 2 minutes left. They have 54 points with 3 minutes left in the game. I would not expect them to have 54 points in this time, 42 points in basically another 20 minutes of play. It's been miraculous what they've done tonight. And even if they don't come away with a win, I'm sure they want to, but even if they don't, they can hang their heads high and say, look, we were down by as many as 20, as 16 at half. We fought for our playoff spot. We didn't get it, but we fought. We didn't just give up. And that's something you can always hold your head high up to. I know Chris Williams could leave without a playoff win this year at least, but at least you know that as the senior leader on this team, you try to lead your team to the glory land of playoffs.
Just an unbelievable comeback. You are right on that, and it is something, like you said, that Cal can build off of into next year, and just it's an amazing game so far tonight. Cannot wait to see how it finishes. And Tynell Fortune got the inbound now, and he's going to give it off to Jackie Bick. Jackie Bick's going to send it over to Williams. Williams looking. Bobbles it there a little bit. Recovers. Tynell Fortune has it. Fortune to keep taking his time. He takes the shot. Long three, and he makes it. Tynell Fortune, 4-3. 3-pointers on the night. Huge for Cal U.
That's 12 points now. And that is 3 Vulcans in double figures. Tynell Fortune, 4 3-pointers. He did the same thing against Clarion. They didn't win that game as Kenny takes a 3.
And Kenny's going to make the 3, so Seton Hill answering right back. A huge 3-pointer for Seton Hill to keep this thing close.
And it's a 1-point gain still with 2:23 left.
And Fortune trying to use his speed, get in there. Nothing yet, he's looking. A lot of pressure here by Seton Hill, and it's going to be a traveling call on Fortune. Seton Hill will get the ball back. That is a huge call right there.
Now it's our media timeout with 2:13 left. That was great defense by David Windsor on that play, pressuring Fortune, not letting anyone come around him to get the outlet pass. That was absolutely spectacular what Windsor just did. California, though, has to go back on the defensive end and do the exact same thing and try and hold Seton Hill from scoring.
A lot of pressure on the defensive side of the ball there by Seton Hill. You are correct, and now they're getting a little bit of momentum here. They're going to try to use it on their offensive side of the ball, and Cal has got to withstand this, get the ball back, and try to get some more points and get this lead and not give it up again, you know? It's just crazy.
Absolutely, and of course I just said absolutely. I got the, we have a rule here at CUTV not to use the word absolutely, and I know this is your first time ever being on TV. You've actually done a very good job of it. I know on radio we had to get it out of you, but I'd like to say welcome to the crew, Mr. Damon Madsen. It's good to have you along, and you are a sophomore, correct?
Yes, I am.
So I'm a sophomore too, so hopefully we'll be able to call a few more games together in the next coming years if we're both able to stick around, and hopefully a lot more exciting games like this one. I know, I'm sure you want a long announcing career, but it kind of stinks to get the exciting game out of the way in your first one. You want to at least have a couple before you get there.
Well, it is an honor to be on the set, on the crew now, and be able to announce, and What a first couple of games to announce. This one, of course, the way it has been, and then we saw a buzzer beater in the women's game earlier today, and it has just been an amazing time so far, and can't wait to see, like I said, how this finishes as Seton Hill looking to inbound it here. They are. They're going to give it to Kenya, who bobbles it, and it's recovered, and there's a scrum for the ball now, and it looks like it's going to be Seton Hill's.
And the jump ball possession arrow favors Seton Hill, and that's so hard to tell who it favors because the red is not very outlined in the possession area in the middle of that board right there.
So Seton Hill is going to retain possession. Oliver McGlade's going to inbound it. Quick inbound right there. And it looks like there's going to be a foul right there called on Drew Cook, number 10. That's going to be his 4th, so trying to make sure he doesn't get into any more foul trouble tonight.
That's going to send Windsor to the line where he is an 82% free throw shooter. So Seton Hill, a very good free throw shooting team, rarely misses this Windsor.
And Windsor, first one is up and good. And I believe that is his first points of the night for Windsor tonight.
And an old saying is it doesn't matter how many you score, it's when you score them. And with 2:04 left, he could not have picked a better time.
And he gets both, so Seton Hill now going to take the lead, 58-57. It has just been back and forth in these last couple minutes.
And we have under 2 minutes now with 1:55 left.
And Drew Cook looking to get a lane or a pass here. They gets the pass to Williams. Underneath, it's going to go off of Seton Hill. That went off of Taylor, so Cal U is going to keep possession here as Williams is probably going to inbound it. And it looks like there might be a substitution here. A little confusion. Tynell Fortune going in for Drew Cook. Like we said, he has 4 fouls on the night, so he's going to be careful with his fouls. And
he's a defensive player, though. I'm sure we'll see him again if defensive substitutions are needed late in the game if you're only down by 1.
Now Jakubic to Fortune. Fortune, as he always does, takes his time. He's looking for a pass here to Williams.
10 on the shot clock.
And now Murphy. Caillou gonna have to get a shot off here soon. Marks drives in, fadeaway shot. It is good. 59-57 as Marks now with 19 on the night.
It's actually 59-58.
59-58, I'm sorry.
And you're good right there, but 1 point lead, 1:20 left. This is going to be the most exciting minute of a lot of these players' lives right now.
And we got David Windsor driving towards the basket. He's going to back up, give it out to McGlade. McGlade for the 3 doesn't fall as Jakubic going to get the ball back.
And right now, if you're California, wind some time down. That's what you can really do here. Try and pressure Seton Hill as we're going to get a timeout called by California with 59 seconds left. If California runs the shot clock down the entire way, that would leave about 32 seconds for Seton Hill to do something. That would give them last possession. If you're California, wind it down, try and get a shot off, do everything you can to try and secure a playoff berth if you get a victory tonight.
Absolutely, and I'm sure Cal U going to try to organize themselves here, keep the lead.
And we have the actual Seton Hill Griffin over here. He's over on our table right now as we're calling the game, standing over with us. I'm sure he's hoping for a Seton Hill win right now as Seton Hill, they've clinched their playoff spot though. They have a very tough test. Have to go to Slippery Rock this Saturday, and Slippery Rock though has been a little bit up and down a little bit recently. So Seton Hill, the way they've played tonight, I could honestly see Seton Hill pulling an upset at Slippery Rock in that game on Saturday when that happens.
Absolutely, they played very physical here tonight, and now Cal U looking to inbound the ball. Armin Marks going to give it off to Fortune. Fortune going to drive towards the basket. Stops up, gives it out to Jakubic. Jakubic giving it out to Marks now. Marks out to Murphy. Now Fortune looking to get a shot off. 10 seconds left on the clock. Jakubic throws it up, and it is good. I think that's only a 2-pointer there, though. It is only 2 for Jakubic. He now has 14, though, on the night.
And there is time remaining on the shot clock, or excuse me, the game clock. If the shot clock winds down, Seton Hill cannot hold it for final possession. They need a bucket here, though. It doesn't have to be a 3, at least a 2, and foul someone. But California, 15 seconds away.
Now Kenny, and that might be a turnover. No, Cal tried to get the turnover, but it went out. Williams was the last one to touch it, so Seton Hill still has possession, and there is a timeout called by Seton Hill.
And 13.1 seconds away are the Vulcans from possibly clinching a playoff spot. This has been an absolutely amazing game. We've seen everything tonight. We've seen technical fouls. We've seen a couple of barking from the players. We've seen a dunk. We've seen big three-pointers from way out where they should not even be attempted to be taken. We've seen everything in this game, and California storming back 16 down. I promise you, it's the last time I might say it, I promise. I probably can't hold that promise, though. 16 down to lead by 3 with 13 seconds left. I'm sure there are some pundits out there looking at the score saying, okay, you have 12 points in 20 minutes. You may not come back and win this game. Well, Cal proved all the doubters wrong, and they are 13 seconds away from a playoff berth.
And if you've stuck around to watch this game, like Zach said, you have seen an amazing game. We've seen just about everything there can be in a basketball game. And now with 13.1 seconds left, Cal looking to keep Seton Hill off the board as they are going to inbound it, and they're going to try to get a bucket here. They need a bucket in order to have a chance at the end of this game.
And we do see Drew Cook come back into the game for Tynell Fortune. Cook is the much more superior defensive player than Fortune, and that's a good move in my opinion by Coach Brown, even though Cook does have 4 fouls.
Absolutely. At this point in the game, the Cal U trying to just do anything they can to keep Seton Hill off the board, because this is a big, big inbound right here, and Nate Perry's going to be the one to take it for Seton Hill.
And we can hear the Cal fans, the few of them that are here, chanting defense.
Nate Perry's three-pointer does not go, and it's going to be knocked out. It's going to be knocked out. Cal U's the one to knock it out. I'm sorry. Armin Marks was the one, and it went off his leg. So Seton Hill still with possession, 8.4 seconds left.
And Seton Hill can take the last shot here. They need a 3, though, to be able to tie it.
And there is your attempt. No good. Cal rebounds, and it's going to be a foul.
That's on Leonard. He's fouled out.
And Leonard has fouled out of this game.
And Murphy's going to go to the line. He could ice it by making just one of these free throws. He's not the greatest free throw shooter on the team. I'm sure he knows that. We know that from watching all the games. If he can just make one, that will seal the deal for the Vulcans.
Absolutely so. Murphy going to go to the free throw line. There's going to be, looks like a little bit of a huddle here for Seton Hill. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see anybody call a timeout exactly.
And I have not either, so confusing situation going on right now. We're going to see a couple substitutions come into the game. We're going to see Noah Davis come in for Malachi Leonard. And Alonzo Murphy going to the line. He missed both his free throws earlier in the game, but what better time to redeem yourself than right here, sending your team to a playoff spot.
And Seton Hill's fans in the background getting pumped up for this. Murphy just needs one. And he's about to get ready to take his first one right here. And Murphy. Shot is up. And it goes in. A big free throw for Murphy. He gets it to fall. Cal is up by 4. It is a 2-possession game with 4.5 seconds left.
That's 5 points for Murphy, but that's the biggest point of his season so far.
And he misses the second one, so Seton Hill quickly up the court, trying to make a quick one. Doesn't go, and Cal U is going to win this one here at Seton Hill, 62-58, and they have clinched their spot in the playoffs.
This was probably the best game I've ever watched the California Vulcan men's basketball team play since I've been watching them. Down by 16. There, I broke the promise. I told you I wouldn't be able to keep it. Down by 16, win by 4. This was a miraculous game. Kudos to everyone on the team. It was not just one player. It was everybody stepping up at separate times, getting your way to a playoff berth. And right now the Vulcans are going to be going to play Mercyhurst on Saturday on the road, a 6 versus 3 matchup. But anything can happen the way this team played tonight and against UPJ.
It will be certainly an interesting game on Saturday. I would like to thank all of you for sticking with us and watching a great comeback by California here tonight. For Zach Lamar, I am Damon Matson, and this was Cal U Men's Basketball on CUTV.